Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. We're going to talk a little bit about fantasy sports teams, leagues. Well, not really. It's actually a fantasy sales team. We're talking to Adam Hollander, and he's with a company called FantasySalesTeam.com. And, everyone does like this idea of, fantasy sports leagues and, monitoring, having that ultimate team that you get to choose. Well, what if you could do that in your sales process? Well, that's exactly what FantasySalesTeam.com is all about. Adam, talk about this. Tell us about your company, your background, the concept. Kind of give us the overview of what you're all about.
I appreciate that, Kevin, and thanks for having me on the line. So Fantasy Sales Team, it's a piece of software that we've created that allows sales teams to run higher performing and more engaging sales contests with their reps. I've spent my entire career in sales and sales management myself. I've managed small teams, large teams, and like most sales managers, always looking for ways to motivate your reps to do more, whether it's make more calls, create more pipeline, find more opportunities, or close more business. And so a couple of years ago, came up with this concept of creating an environment where the reps could earn points for everything that they do, but also be able to draft teams of each other and create an environment and a culture where to win this game, you can't win it alone. You really need to actually rely on and push on and pressure other reps within the company because you have drafted them for your own personal team. So it brings the concept of fantasy sports and the excitement that goes along with that into the office environment. We've got over 75 companies running active games on the platform today, everything from HP, LinkedIn, Allstate Insurance on the larger end to dozens of smaller companies across financial services, auto dealerships, software companies, you name it. And the feedback
let me ask you real quick, Adam, kind of like the size range of an ideal client. What's your sweet spot?
It's an interesting question. We work with companies anywhere from 4 sales reps up to 400 and above. We work with, many different industries, as I just mentioned to you. So we have built the platform in a way where it is truly flexible to support just about any type of company, measuring any type of metric in any environment at any size.
Okay. So it sounds like a big company for you would be a large mid-market.
Well, so like I said, we work with, HP, Allstate Insurance, Reliant Energy that have hundreds upon hundreds of sales reps inside of each game that they run. So we definitely work with very large firms, but then we also work with smaller companies as well.
Okay, very good. What would you say is how do you get your concept in? Because there's a lot of concepts that, of course, argue that they're similar to you. Does it require high-level buy-in, in terms of senior execs? Talk about how you get your program in.
There are 2 key problems that most sales teams run into when they're running sales contests. And these are things that we address and we solve with the reimagined way that we have structured our contest that the large majority of other companies, or will call themselves gamification platforms, do not address. The first of those is that most sales teams have a couple superstar top performers, top tier of their sales organization that tend to win most of their sales contests. And that's a problem because those folks are generally self-motivated. They don't need a contest or prizes in order to crush their number, make more calls, or whatever you're looking for them to do. You really, as a sales manager, want to motivate everybody else, that core middle 50%, that bottom 30%. And what happens with most sales contests is when they're run based on revenue and they're run based on results, then the typical top performers win, and that demotivates the rest of the team that feels like they don't have as much of a chance. Most sales contests, when they start, everybody gets excited. Everybody's clapping for the prizes. They're really jazzed about it. They run back to their desk. They start hammering out more phone calls. But then inevitably what happens is they fall behind. And when reps fall behind and eventually out of contention, they stop caring about the game, and therefore they are not motivated by the contest. And so sales managers will find that over the course of the contest, every week, every month that goes by, fewer and fewer folks are paying attention. So the way we have structured our game truly is different in the sense that it levels the playing field. It allows everybody to compete and gives everybody a chance to win, whether you're a traditional top performer or not. And it also keeps them motivated and engaged throughout the duration of the contest so that you end up seeing more people motivated longer as a sales manager.
That'll wrap it up. Adam Hollander. He's with FantasySalesTeam.com. Thanks for being with us.
Fantastic. Thanks.
When we come back, much more for you. Do want to remind you, best content here does show up over there at USGatorReview.com. I'm Kevin Price. You're listening to The Price of Business.